Welcome back to another segment in excerpts from a Spiritual Ascension. This video is meant to find you at the place you currently are on your journey. So sometimes I have a hard time explaining to people what an ascension, talk this morning, journey, what it's like. Like I can give you my story and you could probably read other people's stories or but I came across I don't know, something yesterday and I was like, oh my God, that's like the perfect explanation as far as what it almost feels like. So think of a maze, okay? You walking into the beginning. Like, if you ever gone to one of those corn maze fields in the fall, and you have to go in this big like haystacks or whatever, and you kind of have to find your way out, and you keep hitting, going down dead ends. That's what it feels like. Okay. So you kind of walk in, but the thing is, you may not even know that you're probably not going to know that you're walking into your journey until you're actually in it. So, for instance, it took me probably way over a year to understand and accept that I was on this journey. And it's kind of like you walk into it and you're like, okay, well, I guess I just have to turn this corner. And when you turn that corner, you come to a dead end. And I'm like, no, that's not the way out. You turn around and you go back another way and you come to another dead end, and that's not the way out either. And there's this sense of kind of frustration of not understanding, not knowing like what's going on with my life. Um, Whatever resources that you had when you started are now depleting as you're moving through this journey. You thought you were going to kind of be just go through this walkway and be out on the other side very quickly. And so you didn't need anyone to come with you, right? Or people that you may meet in the maze along the way. So if you've been in one of these, I don't know, they call them like hay mazes or, um, oh, cornfields. That's what they put them in, right? The corn mazes. I couldn't think. I said, I know they're made of something. I haven't been in one in a while. But along the way, you may bump into like another family or something like that. And you say, like, which way? And they say, oh, if you go this way, you'll find your way. So you kind of go that way. But then you're still not sure, did they mean for me to turn left or did they mean for me to turn right? So again, you may meet people along the way that may help you. They're only there for a short time to kind of lend you a hand in some way. Um, but you're walking into that maze alone. You're not taking anyone with you. Or if you have taken anyone with you, family members, friends, anyone like that, they may say, oh, I'm going ahead. I know which way to go. Or they may decide to turn around and go back the other way. So you're kind of left on your own. So think of it in that way. Okay. And this is going to be a pretty big maze, but again, it's all according to your own journey, your own time frame. Mine took exactly almost to the month and day, 5 years. And like I said, I didn't realize I was within this journey until over a year later. So that first year was kind of like a struggle of because it started right around the worldwide epidemic, I want to call it, back in 2020. And when I think back now, um, as I've said before, my father in spirit had told me that I was going to leave my Wall Street job. Didn't know how that was going to happen, but it came to be that I was able to take an early retirement. Um, so I'm thinking I'm going to, pursue getting my yoga certification. I was going to open a yoga studio, and I was going to have this great, amazing new life. And I didn't know that I was going into this maze and that things were going to fall apart. And also, it's just all about divine timing. That how did this happen? Like just before, you know, this epidemic happened, that everything shut down and so forth. And also, I wasn't trapped in New York. I would have been there, or working in New York, I should say. I wouldn't be able to have left. But I was able to leave and go stay with this family member. And, um, but my maze again was a 5 year long journey through this maze of trying to figure out how to get out, how to get out of the other side. And as I've mentioned before, there's something I call spiritual navigation, where you're so connected with the divine during this time that your intuition just peaks. And you'll also know that, like, the times where you've gone down those dead ends, you'll be able to sense now, I've done that before. There's something about this way that doesn't seem right. Something's telling me to go this way. And you learn to practice that spiritual navigation to know which way to go. So by the end, when you're getting towards the end of the maze, that end of that journey, it's going to be a whole lot easier to listen to your intuition, to listen to the God wisdom that's coming through from your soul and from the divine, to say, okay, I know what the divine wants me to do and which way to go. Okay, so I just thought that would be like a great example of anyone saying, well, what is this ascension journey all about? I don't get it. It's difficult, it's hard. You may step in mud puddles along. I'm just trying to think of like a core maze of one I've gone in the past. Um, that there's like may have rain, so there's mud puddles and just other obstacles that you may have to go through in order to get to the other side. It's not easy at all. Okay. But just know once you reach that, get through that final um, opening, that there's like this release and there's freedom, like a sense of freedom on the other side. And you'll definitely know that you're finally out of it. Um, But I'll leave it there. I just wanted to kind of explain that to you. And please like, share, and subscribe. And if you would like to talk to me about your own journey or have any questions, want a reading, um, there's a link below to book time with me. Also, I have some courses on the Ascension journey, and that link is also below. Okay, I'll see you next time.